inflow of $600 million from the IMF and $300 million from the World Bank to strengthen Ghana's macroeconomy. Analysts are hoping that the central bank will slash the policy rates to reduce cost of credit, which is hovering around 40%. The question is, will the MPC heed to the call of the business community to cut the policy rate or maintain it at 30%? With me in the studio to discuss the policy rate and its ramification on the economy is a business and financial consultant, Sam Hagan. Before we continue, we'll pause for the business language platform and go to the Ghana Stock Exchange for the trading results. Let's go now to the Ghana Stock Exchange to look at the equity market. At the end of trading session, composite index at 0.00 points because none of the equity rates of the price change. Year to date are still at 1.35% as recorded yesterday, and market cap 74.4 billion Ghana cedis. Volume of shares has decreased significantly compared with yesterday. Today, it's 35,235 volume, valued at 209,463.72 Ghana cedis. No gainer, no laggard for the day, and most traded equities were MTN selling 22,652 shares to Ghana 4,780 shares, 4,030 shares by Standard Chartered Bank, and 2,760 by Benzo Oil Palm Plantation Guinness Ghana 39 shares, and EcoBank Ghana 100 shares, FanMilk 300 shares, and Cowbank 521 shares. So you can see that the strength of the bull and that of the bear is same. Now, we're going for a short break. When we come back, I'm going to engage the thoughts of Sammy Hagan, a business and financial consultant, about a policy rate that is expected to be announced on Monday. Hello, welcome back, Sam. Good to have you in the studio.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Policy rates to be announced on Monday. The last time the MPC met, they maintained at 30%. Yeah. Are we going to maintain or reduce or increase, in your view?
Okay, thank you so much once again. I'll be quick with this one. I think for the monetary policy rates, there are a lot of controversies around it. Looking at this report in the first time in 2024. From where I sit, I think there is going to be a change and then it might reduce because of one or two factors.
So what are the factors you think are going to dictate the pace of the reduction?
Okay, we can first of all look at the arrival of the IMF second tranche, which is putting things in place and then boosting the confidence in the economy. You can also look at the reduction in the interest rates, which rose to certain levels and then is now down to 23.2. So these little factors will contribute to the reduction in the monetary policy rates. Yeah.
All right. So if the IMF is come to town with this, and the World Bank we've seen $300 million as well. Now, so if the policy rate is reduced, automatically translate to a slash in the interest rate.
Yeah.
what will be the effects on the economy, one, and then business community, two?
Okay, for the economy, where we can say that we all know the factors or the interrelationship between the interest rate and then the inflation rate. So when we look at the interest rate or the monetary policy rate going down, I am predicting a reduction of about 300 basic points. So we are looking at maybe reduction to 27 instead of the 30. If this should happen, which a lot of business people are expecting, if this should happen, first of all, it will affect the economy in a point that businesses will now have confidence, because it will affect their borrowing rate, which will also boil down to how they will, contribute or pay debts. So if their borrowing rate is going down, their debt, the cost of debt is also coming down. It will affect the monies in the system, and then it will boil down to their growth. Yeah.
All right. So let's look at the other. You are predicting. Let's stick to that.
Yeah.
But if it's maintained,
then we can look at what's happening in the system now. Higher inflation rate, higher interest rates, going to all the way to affect the cost of borrowing, which will affect their debt, cost of debt. It will affect the monies in the system as well, and to affect their growth. So every business person is expecting that the monetary policy rate be reduced. And every factor, when we look at all the factors involved, every factor shows or indicates that there's going to be a reduction.
Because inflation has gone down.
Inflation has gone down. IMF
to stabilize the CD
and all that. And then even when we talk about the exchange rate.
Exchange rate is stable.
Yes, it has been stable for some time now. Yeah.
Good. So in terms of job creation, if let's take by what you say, 300 basic points. If I'm a businessman and this is happening, how would that help translate to job creation in the system?
Oh, thank you. So first of all, if we're able to get a reduction in the monetary policy rates, interest rates will go down, cost of borrowing will go down, which will help you to, get funds to expand your business. And if you're expanding your business, you are going to surely add on more labor. And that's where increasing employment rates will come in.
So, as we go forward, do you foresee, you are talking about first this time 300 basis points, so hopefully by second half of the year, with all these, macroeconomic indicators pointing to the right direction, what do you foresee in terms of the policy rate?
Okay, I think
you are talking about 300 basis points.
Okay. You are looking at second quarter of the year, or let me say the
second half of the year.
Second half of the year. It will be very aggressive to make that decision, looking at coming down to 20%. I think the monetary policy rates can do 20% or less at the end of the year.
Okay.
But looking at the second half of the year, we can still be around 25, maybe some reduction in 500 basic points. Yes. But for 20% in second half, I doubt.
You've been in the financial consultancy business. What would be, how would this, when we see that if we see policy rate cut, how is that going to affect your business?
Okay, so with our consultancy business, first of all, the businesses believe in us when we are able to, make these predictions and help their business grow. So if we're able to see this, we are able to project and tell businesses that there will be some, let me say, first of all, the IMF funding in, the interest rates are going down. You can now borrow at a moderate, other than the one what is in the system now. So what will help the finance consultancy space is just, let me say, confidence in the financial consultancy space.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. So by the close of the year, let's look at where we are as a country.
Okay.
And inflation has been a major issue. we're seeing is going down. The Bank of Ghana is also projecting that it must go down.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I actually had a question about that because the 2024 budget, I think the Minister of Finance projected, or the Minister of Finance projected 15% as expected inflation rate. Talking about inflation rate.
Yes, inflation rate at the end of the year.
Yes. So looking at all the factors involved, it is possible.
It's possible.
Yes.
Why is it possible?
Okay, so first of all, we are in election year. So per what happens in election year, we are looking at prices going down. We are looking at more money in the system. We are looking at, and then we are looking at the IMF in town. And we are looking at the monetary policy rate also coming down. So all these things can also affect the inflation rate. And just as the inflation rate and the, what do you call it, the interest rates,
relation,
hand in hand, one affects the other. So to surely affect the inflation rate. The inflation rate is expected to come down.
Finally, before we wrap up, Sammy, normally when there's election, we see government overexpended. Are we expected that with IMF in town this time around?
I would still say yes. The IMF, I think, have their limits to putting us in order when it comes to expenditure. And then the government has already planned for the year. So there are very key expenses that need to happen. And I'm sure they will okay. Yeah.
All right. It's a pleasure having you in the studio, Sammy.
Same here. Thank you so much.
So this is our wrap up today on Market Up. My name is Edward Nyako. God willing, we'll come away again next week. Shalom.
GBC is the official station for the 2023 AFCON matches. To watch the matches, connect your digital TV set to an antenna. Then, select antenna on the channel search menu of your receiver and scan to get the DTT signals. Analog TV set users should use decoder or set-top box to receive the DTT signal. Digital TV set with S2 plus T2 inscriptions written on them and receive free-to-air signals directly without decoder. When you have connected your antenna to the digital TV or the decoder, scan to receive GBC signal on the DTT platform. DTT signals are available throughout the country. Connect for a better experience of football in this season of AFCON 2023.
Total Energies AFCON Côte d'Ivoire 2023, live on GTV Sport Plus, GTV, Oponu TV, Garden City, and the 18 radio stations of GBC. GTV Sport Plus, the legends live here. Total Energies AFCON Côte d'Ivoire 2023, live on GTV Sport Plus, GTV, Oponu TV, Garden City, and the 18 radio stations of GBC. GTV Sport Plus, the legends live here.
There are strong women whose stories teach us perseverance, logic, decisiveness, and self-confidence. Being strong is not just about physical abilities, but also emotional, intellectual, and mental strength. Women's Voice is a platform to hear and share stories to encourage women and girls. Women are the real architects of society. It is they who provide the foundation of power, grace, wisdom, justice, creativity, and hope. Join us live every Monday at 4 p.m. on GBC News and GTV. Wednesdays live at 4 p.m. on GBC News and a repeat on Saturdays at 4 p.m. on GBC News and Sundays at 3 p.m. also on GBC News. Women's Voice. No one can make you inferior without your consent.
Pursuant to the MOU signed in June 2021 between the NMC, NCA, GJA, GIBA, PRINPAG, BOG, and other stakeholders, the NMC and NCA will from 1st November 2023